Hi there everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a comparison video for you. I was using one of my foundations the other day. I just happened to pull out the Maybelline Super Stay Skin Tint to put on because I hadn't used it in a while. And it reminded me that I actually have all three, I think there are only three, of the Super Stay foundations. So I thought, let's just do a little bit of a comparison and I'll talk about the differences. I love them all. If you're new here, thank you again for joining me. My name is Laura. I'm 42 years old. I love everything makeup and skincare, and that's what I talk about on this channel. I hope you'll consider subscribing. Without further ado, grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's go do our makeup. As I said, I was using the Super Stay Skin Tint the other day, and I really forgot how much I like this foundation. I don't know what, I think I just came across it in my drawer and I felt like I wanted to pull it back out and try it again. And I really did forget how good this is. So as I was putting it on, I kind of realized how similar it really is to this one. So I believe this is the newest one. This is the Super Stay Lumi Matte Foundation. So here's the skin tint. This claims to be Lumi Matte, a natural finish, satiny finish foundation. I also have, and this is the first one I ever got, this was the Super Stay Active Wear up to 30-hour foundation. I loved this one immediately. You don't need a lot of it. It is quite matte, but it stays on. I've never worn makeup for 24 hours, let alone 30. I don't know, who does that, but this one claims to be up to 30-hour wear, full coverage. I would agree with that. It is absolutely full coverage. Transfer resistant, seamless matte finish, oil-free, which is huge for me. I can't wear something that is going to break me out. I just can't. So and all of those claims I find to be completely accurate. I really like this foundation. It's very long wearing. I can wear a matte foundation, particularly in the summer. If I'm sweating, I just find that works really well for me. My skin, for reference, is, if you're new here, I have, as I said, I'm 42 years old. I have combination skin. So I get some dryness around my nose area, but I get a little bit oily around my T-zone. Not terribly. I'm probably lean more toward normal when I'm consistent with my skincare. I'm actually gonna do a skincare video shortly. Behind me is my basket full of skincare products, my favorites, and what I use on a daily basis. So we'll get into that later. But anyway, I can use any of these are fine, whether they are luminous to matte. I'm okay with anything as long as it doesn't break me out, and none of these do. So this is the matte version. This one is the newest. This one claims to have, and it's interesting the language they use, but I think really what they're trying to do is create something between a matte and a luminous foundation. So I would imagine like a satin natural finish. This one is, again, up to 30-hour wear, long lasting, luminous matte finish. So again, I think that really means satin natural finish. Breathable feel, absolutely. Buildable airy coverage, yes. Breathable feel, resist sweat and transfer, absolutely does. So this is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. And I had been using it a lot this summer, but I did notice as I was using this one in the last couple of days, these are really similar. This one has a little bit more luminosity. The finish, after it's settled down a little bit, is not that different than this one. This one has a little bit more, it's not matte by any means, but it's more of a natural finish. It's less luminosity than this one, but it's not that different. It's not vastly different. And by the way, I have the shade 112 in all 3 of these. I will say they look the same in the bottle. I get a little bit of a more, I don't know, cool undertone with this one. I don't know why that is. If it's something about the fact that it's a skin tint, it's slightly off to me when when I put it on. So if we're talking about coverage, this one is absolutely full coverage. You don't need a lot of it to really get a full coverage look. These are, I would say, a high medium. This is called a skin tint, which I think is a little bit misleading. This is absolutely buildable. You can build this up to at a minimum of a medium coverage, in my opinion. And it lasts just as well and covers just as well as these other 2. So I think what I'm going to do, let's see here. I'm going to put these on my arm and kind of show you the shades. Maybe you can see the finish, consistency. But I will say about all of these is that they are quite messy. And I'm forgetting just how much I don't like these pumps. They're terrible. See how messy that is? And these pumps get stuck. I can't. These have the same type of pump. Here is the first one, the matte version. And you can see how thick it is. It's not going anywhere. Okay, here is the Lumi Matte, the newest one. You can see that it is still very thick. It's not really going anywhere. I don't know if you can see, there's a slight difference in the undertone of these. It's probably hard to tell on camera. But this one has just slightly more luminosity and it is slightly thinner. I can feel a difference when this one is already drying. Sorry, this one here. This one's already drying down. It's pretty thick. This one still feels kind of light. There's a difference between these 2. Now I'm gonna go back in with this one again. And just let me do a little bit more. This one actually does have a little bit of movement. I don't think I put enough on it. This is the Lumi Matte again. Got a little bit of movement. So there you can see I put a little bit more on that time. You can see a little bit of luminosity there. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with the skin tint next to it. This is a dropper, very, very messy. I hate droppers, but I deal with it because this is a really good foundation. All right, now you can see that is quite a bit thinner. And there again, the shades are the same. They're shade 112, but just slightly different. I say all that to say, if you have one or the other of these, I don't know if you need them both. I had been wearing this all summer and I just happened to pull this back out. I forgot I had it, to be honest. And I thought these are just so similar. Slightly more luminosity on the skin, but again, once it settles down, they're not vastly different. I think what I'm going to do, because this one clearly is a matte finish. I mean, I can just tell you there is a big difference between this one and these 2. So I think what I'm gonna do is put one on one half of my face and one on the other, and then you'll be able to kind of see for yourselves, hopefully in this light, how different they are. By the way, if you're a coffee drinker, I could drink coffee all day. I don't care how hot it is out. I just love hot coffee, not iced coffee, hot coffee. I have been trying the Walmart brand K-Cups. They are absolutely delicious. This one is the chocolate caramel nut. I just got this one. Very, very good. I got it to replace the triple chocolate, which I was completely obsessed with. I was buying 2 of those a week to make sure I didn't run out, and I wish I had stocked up more. I can't find it. The last 2 trips to Walmart, I can't find it. They're delicious. They also have a blueberry that's very good, and I just got a pumpkin spice to try today. But and they're not, you know, obviously they're not expensive. So anyway. Okay, so my hair is back. We are going to jump into this. So I'm gonna just do a full face of makeup, and I'm going to use on one half of my face. I'll do the skin tint on the left side of my face, and I will do the Lumi Matte version on the right side. So you can see the difference. This sticker is driving me crazy, but some drugstores will put these stickers on. I can't get it off. So I stopped trying. Okay, so I think I'm going to use on my, let's see, I think I'm gonna use different brushes on each side so I don't cross over, but I think I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 109 on my right side with the Lumi Matte, and then I will use if I can find it, and then I'll use my e.l.f. dual complexion brush on my left side. So let's go ahead and get into these. This is the skin tint. We'll do that first. You don't need a ton of either one of these. Oh, and by the way, I have on moisturizer and sunscreen. I mean, that's really, I don't have a lot of skincare on today. I don't have a primer or anything like that on. So right off, you can see well, my sunscreen's a little bit luminous, so it's hard, but you can see the luminosity. I'm not gonna take it up under my eyes. Oh shoot, I went over too far. Oh. But just right off, look at that. I didn't go up under here. And look at this. You know, it covers covers freckles. And it looks a little, this one looks a little orangey on camera. It's not. It does have a slightly pink undertone, which I don't care for a pink undertone on me, but this really is the best shade match. The next shade up, I think, just looked too dark, and I don't even know if I tried it. I can't remember, but. And so you can see how much coverage you get from this. And that was just a couple of little drops. I mean, it's really, I don't use a ton of concealer with this. It's really pretty high coverage. I call this is a high medium coverage in my opinion. So look at that. Now we'll go in on the other side with the Lumi Matte version. Let me just get this off of my hand here so I don't contaminate. Again, I hate these pumps. They get stuck. Oh, whoops. Oh gosh, it didn't that time. That's way too much. You don't need a full pump of this for your whole face. That came out really quickly. So I'm not gonna use anywhere near this amount. Again, BK Beauty 109. Okay, now, again, the shades they just look so different, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. These are so similar. I mean, honestly, I've never tried this side by side before myself. This is the first time I'm doing it. And honestly, they look exactly the same. If you have one, I don't know that you need the other, to be honest with you. I can tell you for certain that they both last all day long, equally well. High medium coverage, besides the very slight shade difference. And you might be able to tell a little bit, but they look exactly alike. I cannot tell a difference. Even up close in my mirror, I can't tell a difference. All right, so again, the Lumi Matte version. And the skin tint. Can't tell a difference. They are both buildable. I did go in with just a little bit more of the skin tint. So let me just build this up here where I have some extra pigmentation, freckles, whatever. But they're both nearly full coverage. I don't know, what do you think? and use the same concealer so that it's the same across both sides of my face. All right, so I'm gonna go in, just finish up my face really quickly because this is primarily about the foundations today, and then I will come back and just kind of wrap this up. All right, so the rest of my makeup is on. I have very little else on. I did use some of the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I love this. This performs like a high-end concealer, and I just haven't used it in a while, so I pulled that back out. I wear the shade Vanilla. I also used the Pretty Smart palette. These are available at Walmart. This is some pretty high quality. I don't love all of their products, but this in particular, this palette is very, very good. You can see I've made a mess of the blush. I'm also wearing the bronzer. I really, really like this. This is the, just a powder, but I used the bronzer and blush in there. I'm also testing a new mascara. I'm not sure about just yet. We'll see. Jury is still out on whether I like it. I'm pretty particular. And this one feels a little clumpy to me, but we'll see. I've heard it's good. Is the Paradise Big Deal mascara in waterproof, specifically the waterproof. We'll see. It's a little messy. I've made a mess and I'm having a hard time getting it off because it's waterproof. So we'll see. I did my right eye first and that one turned out a little bit better. We'll see. Anyway, I will let you know about that. But that's everything. So as you can see, I mean, I can't tell a difference between these two. So that was my point in kind of making this video, is comparing these. The matte is definitely matte. It is pretty different from these two, but these are just basically the same thing. I mean, I know they call this a skin tint. This is the side with this. I can't. I have the same shade in them. Once you get everything else on, you just can't tell the difference. So if you have one, you probably don't need the other. I can tell you that they last equally well. For me, I don't know. Oh, and I forgot. I'm also wearing one of the About Face fractal eye paint, glitter eye paint specifically. This is in the shade Fracture. I also just got the shade Smolder. I love that one. But they're very, very glittery. I mean, you can kind of probably see just a little wand. They go on, they do not budge. They won't move all day until you wash them off. I love these. Again, I have the shade Smolder as well that I finally got my hands on. They look similar, but they're not. This one's more of like a pinky shade. I love these. So give them a try if you like shimmers, glittery. I mean, it's glitter, but they're beautiful. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. That's everything for today. Let me know what you think down below. Do you have any of these? Do you find that they work equally well for you? Do you see a big difference? Let us know down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope you make it a great day. Bye.